Hey guys, welcome back to Pickleball Paddle Reviews. Today we will be reviewing the Revolin Revo Pure Hybrid Pickleball Paddle. And this is a very interesting and nice paddle. It's a wide body shape. It's also elongated and a long handle shape. It has a little bit more power output with those, and this one is more of an all-quarter control paddle version. So the claim to fame for this particular Revolin pickleball paddle is this new raw lava flex face, and it's got this really nice look to it. I actually played with this for over 30 hours, and you can see the face is not scuffed up at all, so it does look very durable compared to carbon. And another advantage of this face is that it has more elasticity than carbon fiber. Carbon fiber has a very high tensile strength, so that it tends to be more stiff when you're hitting with it. And so this is a little bit more elastic without allowing for breakage, meaning that when you hit with this paddle, you're gonna feel that there's some absorption of energy when you're hitting the ball. Now, when I first started playing with this paddle, it actually took me a little bit of time to get used to that, because if you hit the ball a little too softly, it did kind of lose a lot of pace, and you'd have to adjust and realize that you needed to put a little bit extra juice into it just so that it wouldn't just fly off the face from nothing. So I would say there's an exponential power curve, meaning that in the lower end ranges where you're just really poking at the ball, it might absorb a little bit too much energy, and you're gonna feel like, hey, that's usually not a dead dink right there. But that will happen with this paddle. But on the positive side is when you're hitting those medium and like hard shots, you're gonna feel that there's a lot more control because it's absorbing some of that energy, and so you have a little bit more time to direct the ball. And that's been a very interesting feeling with playing with this paddle. It's still got decent power. I would say it does lose some of that power from that elasticity, but this is a wide body shape too, so the sweet spot's very, very large. And I would say, from what I'm guessing when I'm playing with it, I feel like the sweet spot is a little bit higher, but very, very wide in this zone right here of the paddle. And that just felt like what it was for me. There is kind of a weaker dead spot here, but not too bad. This paddle in particular is 16 millimeters. I think the other ones are also 16 millimeters. They just have different shapes. So there's an elongated and a long handle version. And I think those produce a little bit more power because they're just a little bit longer than this one. This also comes with a 3D printed handle with this vegan leather grip. In the box, I think it came with an additional overgrip, which I did put on, but I took off pretty early on because I just really liked how this grip felt. I didn't really like how this has a bevel on the octagon on the bottom. It doesn't feel quite right, and when I'm changing grips from maybe that semi-Eastern into continental, it doesn't always feel the best or most natural. Otherwise, I think the grip is fine. It's not really long enough to do a very, very good two-handed backhand, but you can still get away with putting a two-handed backhand on here. I have pretty big hands, and I'm able to fit my two hands on there just fine. So I didn't really feel that I was getting a lot of spin with this paddle. It was decent spin, but I wasn't getting a lot of spin. There's also very good power coming in when you're hitting around 70 or 80% full power, so full swings. You're gonna feel that it's producing decent power. Overheads feel really good on this, especially since there's a really big sweet spot when you hit it. You'll hear it and you'll know you really got that sweet spot on this. But if you're hitting, you know, just half speed drives or anything, this might not be the best. If you're like me, sometimes you like to bang the ball quite a bit, this might not be the paddle for you. It's not a power paddle. You're gonna have to get used to this kind of dampening when you're hitting drops and dinks. And it's kind of this elasticity you kind of have to get used to when you're hitting drops, because it could absorb so much of that energy that your drops kind of need to be pushed a little bit further. I also really like the design of this paddle. It's got a nice yellow, white, black theme going on, and I think it looks really good put together with the vegan leather handle. I definitely would recommend this, but this is a $190 paddle, so it's quite expensive. I think compared to the competition, especially at this price range that I've tried myself. I haven't tried like an extensive large amount of paddles, but at this price range, I think it's fair for this paddle. I'm not 100% sure that you'll be wowed right away. This is a paddle that you play with and you realize that, wow, this thing really does give you a lot more control than you're expecting. And it's pretty good at hands battles. It's fast, it has a good stable twist weight, so you're able to reset and reload quite quickly. So playing with it after 30 hours, I would say this is a very fun paddle to play with. You're gonna get a lot of hand speed, you're gonna have a lot of fun playing at the net. Driving isn't the best sensation on this, but you're still gonna get some pretty decent drives. Even if you feel like it might be lacking some of that speed and spin compared to other paddles, you're still gonna feel like, okay, I could still get 70–80% of what I normally could do with a power paddle or a paddle with better grit that might produce more spin. Now, where this paddle really shines is playing in the soft game, and once you get used to it, the drops, you're definitely getting a very stable paddle, so your hand movements feel a little bit more fluid so that you can get very smooth resets, very smooth dinks to the other side of the court. So if you want to check out this Revo Pure, I will link my affiliate link for it on Amazon. If I have any with Revolin, I will also post those down below. Thank you for watching this video, guys. And if you like this kind of content, please be sure to subscribe or like this video. I really appreciate all the time you spend with me when you watch these videos. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.